Find the arc sine of the sine of 5 pi over 3. Okay, so now we are doing a reverse composition of the functions that we did previously. Now we have the sine inverse function on the outside and the sine function as the inner function. Okay, now we always have to check to see, in order to do a real quick cancellation, we just check to see if the inner function, if the 5 pi over 3 is in the domain of the inner function. And let's see if that works for us, because if it does, we're in good shape. If it doesn't, we are in trouble. Uh-oh. 5 pi over 3 is not an element of the domain of the inner function sine, because that domain is negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. Thus, we cannot do a simple cancellation of the arc sine and the sine to give us the answer 5 pi over 3. No, 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 that's not going to work. What are we going to do? Well, our only hope is if the 5 pi over 3 is coterminal to, let's say, theta bar. If it's coterminal to theta bar that does live in the interval of the domain of the inner function, negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, then we'll be able to do something here. Let's see if we can come up with this theta bar between negative pi over 2 and pi over 2 that's coterminal to our 5 pi over 3. 0. And then we're going to swing up to pi over 2 and get it in terms of 6. Everything in terms of denominator 6, so we'll be able to compare these. So we've got 6 pi over 6, and down here we have 9 pi over 6, and up here we have 2 pi is the same as 12 pi over 6. And then the guy we're interested in, 5 pi over 3, he's 10 pi over 6. So where does he stop? He stops between 11 pi over 6 and 9 pi over 6 and 12 pi over 6 in quadrant 4. Okay, so that's my theta, 5 pi over 3, which is the same as 6 pi over 10 pi over 6. He's coterminal to a negative function that comes down from the positive x-axis. Okay, so our 10 pi over 6 is coterminal to this theta bar, which is coming downward. It's 12 pi over 6 minus the 10 pi over 6. It's 2 pi over 6, which is pi over 3. Okay, so remember, reference angles are always positive, right? But since it's coming downward, the angle itself is a negative angle, right? So we really should write it as theta bar is equal to negative pi over 3, and that is good news. That is coterminal to our given 5 pi over 3, and it is between negative pi over 2 and pi over 2, which means this coterminal value, negative pi over 3, is in the domain of the sine function, which is negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. And it's coterminal to our angle, our number 5 pi over 3. Thus, we have our answer. Now, watch how this works. The arc sine of the sine of our original 5 pi over 3 is the same as the arc sine of the sine of our coterminal negative pi over 3, where the negative pi over 3 is in the domain of the inner function. Therefore, the arc and the sine cancel each other, and we get a simple negative pi over 3 for our answer.